What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Records here once again. I'm really excited for this interview because it's an artist I've been listening to for a good minute. I've been listening to him during my 21 years, had a lot of good memories of that. So without further ado, I'm honored to introduce the homie Showboat. What's up, brother?
What it do? What it do?
Not much, dog, out here, trying to get this interview thing going. Let's get right into this. So I wanted to get to the very basics of your career. So tell me at the beginning, how did you get started in music?
Um, I mean, depending on how far you want to go back, like for real, like I really got into music like in like elementary school, you know what I'm saying? Like where I just was passionate about gangster music specifically, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I started out listening to like Eazy-E and NWA and stuff like that, and then kind of graduated into it. And then later on, I decided that I wanted to actually get into music, but I was real heavy on like the entrepreneur side, because that's kind of like more of my focus, like is on the like business shit. You know what I'm saying? So like, I kind of like grew up seeing like E40 and Master P and Too Short, and they were always giving game about how to do it independently. You know what I'm saying? And how much more beneficial that was for them. So my whole thing when I first got into the game, bro, like I just wanted to be like a CEO. And I was going to start my own label. And then I love music. And I kind of taught myself how to make beats. So I'm like, all right, I'm just going to be a producer and the CEO, have my label and give me some artists. You know what I'm saying? Nice. That was my first like actual idea of how I was going to get into music. And then honestly, what changed it is that I had like a studio at the crib in my mom's basement. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I would have my homies come through and they would be rapping. You know what I'm saying? And as a producer, when you're making beats, like as you're making them, you kind of get a vibe for them and a feel for them. You know what I'm saying? And I was having my homies get on these beats and I'm like, they not doing what I think they should do on these beats. Like, you feel me? So that's when I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. Let me just go ahead and get the pen and the pad out and I'm gonna actually start writing my own stuff. And then I actually started writing, you know what I'm saying? And I want to say I was probably in 12th grade when I actually recorded my first song, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So, but that was kind of like a whole transition for me though, because I never wanted to honestly be a rapper.
Oh, wow, that's interesting. Honestly, that's kind of like Eazy-E too. You grew up listening to Eazy-E and all that, and he was the same way. He didn't want to rap. He just wanted to put these artists out, get some money off of it. But he had the voice, you know what I'm saying? To make rap. And you have a dope voice too when you make music. So that really, from the place. Yeah,
good looking, Brad. But yeah, I never even like put that correlation together though. But yeah, you hella right though. You know what I'm saying? I never even thought about it like that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The influence goes deeper than you think,
That's wild. Yeah, that's wild. That's wild.
Yeah. That's why my fans like connect shit all the time. So how did you get your name Showboat? That's a very interesting question. I know people have on their mind.
So like honestly, what happened, bro? Like I'm gonna give you the honest to God truth, right? So when I was I want to say I was probably in like middle school, right? Like 6th, 7th grade. And I was probably like 7th grade, I think I was, you know what I'm saying? Okay. And my brother like 5 years older than me and shit. So him and his homies, when they would be together, come over to the crib and hanging out and chilling and whatever, and I would always be around them, you know what I'm saying? And when I was in like 7th grade, bro, like I was wearing like a size like 11, 12 shoe, you know what I'm saying? So they was calling me Boat. You know what I'm saying? Because they're big feet and shit. You feel me? They was calling me Boat. So like since then, going forward, I was always Boat. You know what I'm saying? So at one point, I was probably in about like I was in high school. I was probably in like 11th grade, something like that. I was in 11th grade, and I'm like, you know what? Like, because I was getting into the music. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I had the studio and all that kind of shit, and I was like, bro, like. People not about to keep calling me like fucking Boat. Like it was like, wait, like, like a funny kind of like bad reason. Like it wasn't nothing to really like boast about. You feel me?
Yeah,
so
it's like a day shit too.
I'm like, motherfuckers not about to keep playing with my name. Like, you feel me? So I'm like, the name not going nowhere. So I need to be able to put some sauce on the bitch. So I just added the show in front of it. And then it became Showboat, you know what I'm saying? And then that's when I kind of like really embraced it and lived with it, because it wasn't something that was like to shy away from or whatever. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. But where did the show part come from? Like, like Showboat, like.
For real, bro, just like I always been like flashy and having jewelry and shit like that. You feel me? So that's really where it came from. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Showboat. Okay, the word Showboat. I get it.
Yeah. So it was like I was always showboating per se. You feel me? So because I had all the cars and had all the jewelry and all that shit. I had been doing that since high school. You know what I'm saying? So that's I just added the Showboat onto it, and it made sense because of, you know what I'm saying, the personality I had and kind of the material shit that I had. So everybody else ran with it too. You know what I'm saying?
Really. So going back to your influence being and trying to be an entrepreneur, seeing Master P, 40 Water, and all them, like how's the music scene in Ohio? Like, is it like, you know, independently influenced like that as well, or are you guys trying to get to the industry, kind of get signed to a label and all that deal? Like, tell me about the scene out there.
So the industry is not. I mean, to be real with you, bro, it's not really like a real music industry in Ohio, like how it is in some other places, like how it might be in like, you know, Florida, Texas, California, New York City, that type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, we've had our Bone Thugs and Harmonies and our Machine Gun Kellys. And like right now on the scene, who's hot, we got Doughboy, and I fuck with Doughboy, you know what I'm saying? And I fuck with his music and you know, but we don't have like a real industry, you know what I'm saying? So like when I got into music, it was all about independent because we didn't have like any resources to really get to like a major label or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So it was all about do it on your own, and if they come, they come type of thing, you know what I'm saying? And that's I feel like that's kind of like how it still is right now, because we still don't have like a real industry here, you know what I'm saying? And it's just about do your own thing, and you know what I'm saying? Shit, if the majors come, they come, you know what I mean?
No, yeah, it's very true. I remember even like seeing your come up, like you even bought like a bunch of machines that duplicate cities and just pressed up your cities yourself and all that deal. You know what I'm saying? You did the most. So that's a really inspiring thing. We do that same shit out here, you know, same mentality. You know, LA is the one who gets all the hype and all the signs. So we have to do what we can. We try to travel all the way out there and shit. So you know, we do that same deal. What's your main goal in music? You know, like I know you probably had a different mentality when you started, but what about now? What's your main goal in music?
I mean, for me, basically, bro, like my main thing with music is I love music. I'm passionate about music. I would be doing music even if I wasn't, you know what I'm saying, popular or whatever the case may be. So my whole thing is just I kind of always lean to the business side of things. My whole thing is as long as I can do something that I love and actually make some money from it, I'm happy. You know what I mean? So however it scales out, you know what I'm saying, to however big it becomes, then shit, that's just a cherry on top for me. You feel me?
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be, dude. You know, you do what you love, and you know, it's not a job. So, and when you get the revenue coming in, it just comes full circle. It's like, this is what I was supposed to do.
Right, exactly. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of like one of the things with it, man. Like, just when you have people when you get that feedback, you know what I'm saying, when you put music out and you get that feedback from people listening to it and people supporting the music and shit like that, like, bro, that shit is better than money sometimes. You feel me?
Oh, definitely, dude. I'll spend money just to get that feeling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
you feel me? Yeah.
Talk to me about your process making your first project, the North Star, back in 2003. Like, how was that experience?
Bro, like I'm gonna be real with you, dog. Like the process of that was like this. Like I said, my whole thing, I got into this to have like a label and have artists and shit like that. And you know, I had my homies back then that I was rocking with, and you know, they said they wanted to do music or whatever. So I was trying to put out like a group album. You know what I'm saying? And basically what happened is that you know, people was bullshitting. They wasn't passionate about it the same way I was. Like they were just doing it kind of like this is the thing to do right now, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So so honestly, what happened was, bro, I was like, all right, I'm tired of shit getting stalled out. So fuck it. I'm gonna really be like the number one rapper out of the crew, off of the label or whatever. So like, I mean, I had studio sessions where I'm like, hey, bro, like come through, slide through. I'm about to come pick you up. We about to go to the studio, meet me at the studio, whatever the case may be. And people weren't coming through. You know what I'm saying? Like people really weren't showing up to the studio for free. I'm paying for it. I'm just having you say, hey, come in. You my homie, jump on the song. And people weren't showing up, bro. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I got to go ahead and do a solo album and put it out myself just so I could show, you know, my circle of people that this shit gonna get done one way or another with you or without you type of thing. that was really the process of how the North Star came out.
Yo, that's the real shit, dude. Because that's how you know from the get, like, who's gonna be on your team or not. Because a lot of people think it's just a game or it's fun or people just gonna bullshit. But if you're really passionate, you can't come up with that kind of attitude. You gotta be about it. You gotta be out there, show up, and do your thing.
And at that point, bro, like I had thousands of dollars wrapped up into this shit already, and I hadn't even put out a project yet because I had a studio. So I bought all this equipment. You know what I'm saying? I'm buying MPCs and synthesizers and all kind of shit. Like I'm buying the digital rolling joint to record on and all that type of shit. Like I'm having thousands of dollars already in it before I ever put out a project, and I was trying to use it just for, you know what I'm saying, I wanted to bring my artists in. So when they was playing around, I was like, fuck it, I got everything right here. I already got everything. I just gotta get it done myself. You know what I'm saying?
You know, man, you being a jack of all trades, getting the production part of it, you know what I'm saying, the CD duplication later on, and just having the studio itself. It's just like, man, why wouldn't you take advantage of that shit? Huh?
Yeah,
so exactly. Crazy.
Yep.
And later on, how did you hook up with Ampacino?
So like I'm from Cleveland, you know what I'm saying? And Amp is Ampachino from Akron. So Akron is probably about like 30 minutes away from Cleveland, you know what I'm saying? From at least from where my neighborhood in Cleveland. And so like shit would go on. It would be different like events and shit like that. So if I go down to Akron, I would usually see, you know what I'm saying, him and his crew, they would be out, you know what I'm saying? They would be on the scene the same way in Cleveland, how me and my crew would be on the scene or whatever. So we were hella noticeable, you know what I'm saying? So I would see him in passing, you know what I'm saying, all the time. And then I'm trying to remember exactly how it happened. Because we were even using like a lot of the same things. We were using like the same studios to record in. We were using like the same company to press up our CDs and shit like that at the, like when I did the North Star or whatever to get the professional print up joint. You feel me? Like we was using the same places. And then I actually started fucking with Freeze first.
Oh, cool.
My homie Freeze, which is Ampachino's homie. I started fucking with Freeze first. And then I'm trying to remember how it even happened, bro. But I started fucking with Freeze. I started fucking with Freeze first, you know what I'm saying? Because Freeze was doing graphics and stuff like that. So I would see him a little bit more frequently. And then it just came together somehow, some way, you know what I'm saying, to where me, Freeze, and Amp came together. And you know what I'm saying? That was kind of how I first was introduced to him on a like real, like personal level, as opposed to just being in passing type of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. And during this times where you did the 24/7 album with them, like getting a feature from them, or like was that like later on after that meeting?
No, that was before that. I had so I probably had about 3 albums out, you know what I'm saying, before I actually started making music with Amp. I had probably about 3, maybe 4 albums out already. And then the first music that we did together was on Ampachino's Misery album. We did Can You Buy That? That was the first song that we recorded together that was actually put out. I did the hook on there. And then not too long after that, maybe a year or two after that, we did a group project together and did the first Dead Presidents.
Yeah, hell yeah, that was a dope ass project. And during that time, like freaking when you're doing this project with him and shit, like did you sign to his label at all, or did you still have a separate identity from his camp? Yeah,
it was still separate, you know what I'm saying? They had Family First Records, and then my label was MacTown Entertainment that I started back when I was in high school, you feel me? So it was separate labels, but still all the same crew, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. And at what point did you start working with the Jacka? Like when did you start meeting him?
So that came from Amp, you know what I'm saying? That's all Ampachino, you know what I'm saying? Like Amp and the Jack is like brothers, damn near, you feel what I'm saying? Like they was hella tight, you know what I'm saying? Like, and when I first seen them together around each other, I was like, damn, they really like brothers, like for real, you know what I'm saying? Just their interaction with each other and this, that, and the other. But that's how I was first introduced to the Jack. Like, cause Amp would have, he would have hella the homies, you know what I'm saying, from the Bay come through to Akron, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes like he'll do like a big birthday party or something like that, and he'll have all the homies from the Bay come in and shit like that. Or sometimes when he was recording certain albums, he would have the homies come in to record, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I was able to meet the Jack. Initially was through Amp, straight up.
Oh, that's dope. You have any interesting stories of the Jack during that time?
Hella interesting stories, bro. Like, he just, like, I'm gonna be real with you, bro. Like, he was for him to have the status that he did, you know, because like in the Bay, like he was already like a legend, a god, like, you feel me? And when you get around him, you'd like, he just hella fucking regular, dog. Like, he was just hella regular, like humble as fuck. Like, you feel me? Like, he didn't trip on like where we would be going, like if it was in the hood or if it wasn't or whatever. Like, like I done seen him, like my homie Gap told me, like, bro, like he gave me the fucking jacket off of his back, dog, because I told him I liked it. Like, you feel me? Like shit like that. Like, he was just humble as fuck. Like, he was just one of them people where, you know what I'm saying? Like, you might have just now met him and he treats you like he'd have known you forever type of shit. You know what I'm saying?
No, that was a real person, man.
Yeah.
And how were you? How was your reaction when he passed away? Like, where were you when that happened?
Yeah, that was fucked up, bro. Like, it was really I didn't even believe it at first, for real. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because I was at the crib and I remember I woke up and one of my homies from Kansas City had texted me and shit. And he like, bruh, they just killed the Jack. So I'm reading that and he had sent me that text at like 3:45 a.m. You know what I'm saying? So I'm waking up at like regular time. I'm waking up at like 7, 8 o'clock and I'm seeing this and I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like, what is he talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, he's saying he killed the Jack. Like, obviously we call Jack the Jack, but I'm like, is he talking about somebody else named Jack that I don't know? Whatever. Like, I didn't believe this shit. You feel me? Yeah. So first thing I did, I went and jumped online and I got on Twitter, I think it was, bro. And I seen hella motherfuckers tweeting about it. And I was like, oh shit, this shit is for real. You know what I'm saying? And like, I didn't believe it just because, like I said, just from being around him, bro, like he didn't give off that energy to where you would think that he would lose his life sooner than what, you know what I'm saying, just dying of old age type of shit.
Yeah, you feel me? Dude. He was like too cool, dude. Yeah,
like, you feel me? His energy was always right. He wasn't never putting off like no negative energy and nothing like that. So it was completely unexpected. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. It was dark. Rest in peace of the Jack, man. One time, man.
Yeah, I was a piece of the Jack, baby.
Sure. You had a lot of features throughout your whole entire like history doing music. So what's been some of your favorites like to be a part of?
Favorite features?
Or any notable one that you always you'll never forget doing a project with?
Some of my favorite features probably would be from Rush Hour that I did with Berner. I've done a lot of songs with Berner, but working on that project was real cool. We had a song in there called We Major, and it was just one of them ones where it's like everything just came together right on it. I remember it's a whole story behind this shit, right? So I first got the beat from a producer right out in like Arizona and shit. And he had sent me the shit, you know what I'm saying? And it was kind of like it was a cool beat, right? So I laid the shit on there. I laid my shit on there. And then my engineer had got in touch with Berner and was saying that, hey, you know what I'm saying, Berner's working on some shit. He want to know if you got something for me that you need him on or whatever the case may be. And I'm like, damn, I got this song, you know what I'm saying? I got this song that I want him on, but shit, if I'm putting Berner on here, I need a better beat. You feel me? So, but I'm like, fuck it. I didn't have the time to get a new beat done when he in the studio at that time. So I sent him the song. He laid his shit on it. My shit was already on there. Like my hook and my verse was already on there. And he laid his shit on there. And I got it back and the shit was so hard. And I'm like, bro, like, I got to get a new fucking beat for this, bro. I got to do this thing all the way justice. So I then took that and I gave it to my other producer, D-Brick, and he made a completely new beat for the song. You know what I'm saying? Like tailor-made for the song. And it came out to be a fucking slapper, bro. And that's the actual We Major that actually came out. You know what I'm saying? But it was like a whole process because the shit was so dope. Like I didn't want to do it any I didn't want to do it a disservice by not having like the most fire beat that I could get for it at that time. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. No, definitely, dude. And like from there on, you end up just hitting up just to do a whole project after that, or just like
that ended up being like the lead song off of the Rush Hour project that I did with Berner. You know what I'm saying?
Dope. And whose idea was it to have it on his label? Was it his or?
That was just something that I told him. I was like, bro, I'm not tripping. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just appreciate the actual opportunity to do this shit. So however we got to do it, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to trip. You feel me?
Good shit. And here's a cool part of the interview that I always enjoy doing. What's your top 5 favorite rappers?
Top 5 favorite rappers, like currently right now, or like
of all time?
Like all time?
Yeah, you can do current after, but I want to know all time.
My all time, bro, like I would probably have to say like the rappers that influenced me the most. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? The rappers that influenced me the most, bro, I would say Spice One, MC8, Pimp C.
Nice, rest in peace.
Damn, I really wasn't expecting this question, bro.
Yeah, I told you yesterday, dog. We're gonna do a top 5, so get them ready.
let me think, bro.
Okay.
Spice One, MC8, Pimp C.
Mm-hmm. Last two is the hardest.
Yeah, I would probably say if I could throw a group in there, I would say 3 6 Mafia. Mm-hmm. And then I would say Master P. Master P, not so much because everybody say, oh, well, he can't rap, like, but look, on some real shit, bro, as a real, like, straight up fan of No Limit Records and Master P, bro, he was dropping so many fucking gems in them songs and giving so much game. Like, I wouldn't, like, without listening to Master P, I would not have been able to go the independent route with music the way I did and be able to make it what I made it. You know what I'm saying?
No, definitely. Yeah.
So I would definitely have to put Master P in there. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely, dude. Plus Master P had those projects. I think they were like only on cassette tape, where it had certain songs you can't get anywhere else. You only had them on that.
Yeah, he would do the singles like that. He would do singles like that where he'll put like an extra song on a single to make people go out and buy the single. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like hella smart shit. Like, you feel me? Like he was like a marketing genius. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was. He really was. He still is. So you can still do it if you really wanted to.
Absolutely.
Any artists now you have your eye on that you think are pretty dope out here in the industry that you're fucking with?
Yeah, I listen to a lot of shit, bro. Like, I listen to everybody for real. Like, with me, as far as like new artists, you know what I'm saying? Like current artists or whatever, like I'll give everybody a try. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And listen to it and see if it really like vibe with me or not. You know what I'm saying? But like I listen to a lot of different shit. Like I'm not a fan of all the like shoot 'em up, bang bang shit just because that should be like hella unrealistic. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you killing like 15 people on every song, like I'm not believing that, bro. Like, it's just unrealistic. So I like more. You know what I'm saying? I like more shit like I like shit about money, bro, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? So I like listening to like right now, I listen to a lot of Moneybagg Yo. I listen to Gunna. I listen to Nav. I listen to Filthy Rich. You know what I'm saying? I listen to rappers that rap about money, bro. Like, it's shit that I can relate to. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. No, most definitely. But a lot of people do that too. They get into what they're more into, unless they try to front who they are. They want to hear the gangbang group, shoot 'em up shit. Right. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's definitely your music will always tell you who you are sometimes.
Real shit.
Yeah. Last music question before we move on. What's been the high point of your career musically so far?
The high point for me, that's crazy. I actually did a video, and somebody, one of my fans had asked me the same question. But my high point, I know this shit might sound weird or different or whatever, but the high point for me was honestly just being able to use music as a vehicle to be able to network with people that I would not have had access to without music. You know what I'm saying? And like, even before I was a rapper, like, and before I was like a popular rapper, I had already traveled like all around the fucking country. You know what I'm saying? But having music be able to be something that took me to places, to cities and states that I never would have actually gone to on my own. You know what I'm saying? That by itself, you know what I'm saying? Like the shit that music has been able to create for me, like the avenues and the access to people and this, that, and the other. And you know what I'm saying? Like I got homies that I treat like family in cities that I ain't never lived in ever in my life. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, you know what I'm saying? And that's all because of music. You feel me?
Definitely. It's a blessing, you know. Music opens a lot of doors that you never think. You know, all you gotta do is just walk in there and see what's up.
Yeah, that's real. That's real, bro.